Every game has mechanics, obviously, but whether those mechanics are fun or not varies depending on how convenient, unique, and interactive those mechanics are. The most common mechanic in most games is movement. If you don't have a fun movement system, then your game already has a poor foundation. I'm talking about you tank controls. Damn, this thing is hard to break. Are there things I can do to alter my movement or gain more speed? Can I shoot this rocket under my feet for a speed boost? Or toss some grenades to give myself a little more height to skip a section in a room? Is this grapple a simple point-to-point mechanic? Or can I carry my momentum to fling myself across the arena? Having one mechanic that can be used and altered in many ways, or the freedom of choices with mechanics, makes them fun. So, what makes boring mechanics? This is boring. Now I know that dying in games is a very common aspect. When there's death involved, there's risk. And when there's risk, there's reward. Narrowly escaping death and coming out victorious is always a great feeling. And dying might not feel so great, but sometimes it's just required for gameplay loops. However, there are ways to make it more engaging and, well, the opposite of boring or frustrating. Maybe it can be as simple as a cool death animation that gives a heroic and badass end to your run. A collage of all your run stats. Or maybe your game is so fast paced that a single click of a button resets you back at the beginning of the arena for you to try again. Or maybe it's as complex as faking death with a second life and taking your revenge with a swift assassination. These death mechanics are either unique, convenient, or interactive and, most importantly, fun. Not this. You doing good over there? Still waiting? Yeah, this is boring. This went on for like 10 minutes, by the way, and 10 minutes of not doing activity in a game is, well, not playing the game. For a game where death plays a big role in its humor, you would think that the dying part would be fun. And it is for the moment, but after dying for the 5th time in a row because you respawn with 1 HP, it gets old pretty quick. After playing Lethal Company and Repo, it disappoints me that there wasn't more thought put into the spectating or some sort of after-death mechanic in these games. If you die in Repo, your body explodes, causing your head to fling off. And the only way to get back into the action is by your team either extracting your head or finishing the level. And depending on how the enemies are acting, where they're roaming, and depending on how lucky you're getting with the valuables you're finding, you might be stuck spectating for a little bit.
Are you fucking serious?
The biggest thing I hate is reviving my friends just to see them all AFK.
Hello.
And especially with TikTok brain rot, you gotta have interactive mechanics. So, what can we do to make this more engaging? Well, there's a lot we can do. Repo already has a great foundation with its mechanics and physics that there's so much to branch off of. Hell, there's an easy solution. I would love to see the heads grow some spider-like legs, allowing for the players to still walk around and find valuables for the team, so they can help themselves get revived, while obviously not being able to interact with the items directly, because, you know, you don't got hands. Or maybe one of the eyeballs pops out, allowing you to basically have a free roam camera. Maybe the players come back as a fucking Roomba or something. I don't know, just something that allows the players to interact with the game, while still keeping that classic spectating screen as an option, if the players would prefer that instead. Freedom of choices goes a long way. One thing Repo does incredibly well is the proxy chat. It's super engaging, hilarious, and unique, with the creatures or even items in the world altering how you sound.
Okay, watch me go. I'm gonna speed run right now. Oh god! Oh god!
No.
Watch me if you got that. Watch me if you got that. I'm about to bro. I did it. I did it. Sorry. Stop. Let's go. Sorry. Oh, I'm not. Work it off.
This can be applied to the death mechanic as well. Since your head is apart from your body, I would love to hear the heads talking in a distorted, robotic manner.
Making it hard to understand them, but not impossible.
I like giving credit where credit is due, however, and Repo's revive system is definitely a big step up from other Lethal Company likes. Being able to come back to life multiple times per run is so much better than just waiting for the entire round to finish. It allows people to feel comfortable purposely dying for shits and giggles, while also being able to experiment with the game's mechanics without the fear of,
I hate this channel.
I've played my fair share of co-op survival games, or just survival games in general. And one thing I noticed between all these games, like Grounded, Valheim, The Forest, and Abiotic Factor, is their cooking mechanics are pretty lackluster. Find fresh meat. Smack stick and stone for fire. Place food on fire and wait. Again, boring. Now I know this cooking mechanic has its perks, like being able to multitask, but there's two issues. One, maybe you have nothing else to do. And two, the food can burn, and no one wants to eat charcoal, unless you're a rock-chewing toddler.
I must say, I am feeling a bit...
Surprisingly, Breath of the Wild has a better cooking mechanic. In my opinion, emphasis on opinion. It feels more interactive. Instead of going through a menu, pressing one button and having the food pop up into your hand, or instead of waiting literal minutes for your food to be done while you have adventures waiting to be adventured, you take the ingredients out of your inventory, physically drop them into the pot, and watch a 5-second cute quick animation with an iconic memorable jingle, then bam, you could be on your way. It's interactive, unique, while also having the convenience of holding multiple food types in your hand at once. It's fun to look through your inventory and come up with unique food combinations rather than clicking a preset meal or cooking a single fish. These aren't convenient, unique, or interactive. Just because it's a survival game doesn't mean you have to make everything boringly realistic. I put quotation marks over realistic because it isn't. I also have more fun cooking in real life than in these games. The fuck's wrong with that? A game that does realistic cooking right is... Dave the Diver has the same type of feeling as Breath of the Wild, more like Stardew Valley, but it has the same thing as the cooking sections being interactive, unique, and fun. Instead of cooking and eating just to fill up a hunger bar because death says you have to, you cook for others in your sushi restaurant. I know it looks like a stretch to compare these games, but just hear me out. In Dave the Diver, you have to go diving for food and ingredients. If you want more complex meals, you can go farming, or keep an eye out for pots that hold seasonings. After a hard day's work, you go back to the restaurant and make a menu, and your sick-ass head chef, Bancho, cooks up some exquisite meals that you serve. The entire food-related cooking sequences are all incredibly interactive. There isn't any downtime. The player is always doing something from setting the menu to serving drinks and cleaning dishes. Eventually, as your restaurant gains more popularity, food reviewers and competitive TV hosts will come into your restaurant asking for specific meals to wow them, or inviting Bancho to a one-on-one cook-off. The celebrities will ask for certain meals and you have to gather the ingredients within a few days. The celebrity will then come back and after serving them, you'll get a very charming and goofy cutscene. This is unique, fun, and interactive every time. You would probably expect the same to happen for the cook-offs, right? Yes and no, because BAM! Cooking Mama minigame. You thought you would just get an animation? Hell nah. Help Bancho prep those motherfucking ingredients and get your hands dirty. Every aspect of this game is so different and captivating. Again, there's never any downtime. Every single mechanic that's so unnecessary is added just because it's charming, memorable, and fun. You think you're just gonna come find this baby whale and bring it back to its mama? No, you better pet that thing till it feels safe around you. Then you can bring it back to its mama. Now, let's go back to this. Are you still not done? I would love for these games to just put a little bit more effort into their cooking systems. I hate this sort of, it worked for them, so it'll work for us thought process in gaming. Even simple mechanics like placing the food on a table and then hitting it with a knife to cut it up, or little mini games like rotating a skewer to get a good even cook on all sides would be fun. And if you make a mistake, it feels like you made the mistake, not, oh, I forgot that my boring ass meals were cooking over there because I was trying to organize my inventory. Make it unique depending on the food you're cooking, make it interactive with small fun inputs, and make it convenient by allowing the player to cook 4 fish at once with one minigame. Also, add the freedom of an option to toggle on or off simple versus interactive cooking mechanics, because again, freedom goes a long way. All these simple small changes would be amazing, and I guarantee people would love this. There are plenty of gamers who go onto these survival games just to be the squad's designated chef. And being able to actually cook the food, because this isn't cooking, would feel so much more immersive and rewarding. It would feel like you made the food for your team. You could do the same thing with smacking ores in a furnace, or mixing up a brew of potions. Well, that's all I got for my view on making boring mechanics fun. What do you think? Do you agree, or should I just go fuck my...